Okay, I think that we can start. I'll start in Bulgarian because my presentation is also first presentation is in Bulgarian. Прехвърлям на български за преводачите. Искам да приветствам всички участници в конференцията. До момента има 600 български човека, които участват. So far we have 690 participants and the registered participants are over 2,000. Of course, experience shows that not everybody joins at the same time, but nevertheless we view this as considerable record. So we are looking forward to high number of participants that will take benefit from the experience that our panelists share. So let's start. I'm going to show you my presentation now. Надявам се да се вижда. I hope that everybody can see the presentation now. Започваме. Откриваме шестата конференция. I'd like to open the sixth international conference Augmentative and alternative communication. Actually, it's the seventh conference if we count the regional conference. So I'd like to start with a very nice fact. We mark the 10th anniversary since the establishment of the Assistive Foundation with the support of UNICEF Bulgaria, the Ministry of Education and Science in Bulgaria, without whom this conference would have been very different. They have made it possible to carry out the conference free of charge for the participants. ASSIST Foundation is celebrating its 10th anniversary. So I'd like to begin with a very brief overview of the main activities we've carried out over the years. I'd like to share some of our achievements we have and some of the challenges. 10 years ago, when we started the foundation, one of the main things was, of course, to provide AAC tools in Bulgaria, and it took us 2 years to be able to do this. We met many parents of children with disabilities that wanted us to do this since we had experienced the technologies at our university. Over these 10 years, we developed educational tools, certification and training, development of university courses. Later on, my opinion, qualification of experts in this field is one of the main challenges that we have faced. And another thing, of course, was being able to exert some kind of influence on policy making, since this guarantees some kind of sustainability for AACs. We wouldn't have been able to achieve everything that we have without the support of our strategic partners. And this was one of the most pleasant surprises we had in the beginning, obtaining the support of the Ministry of Education. Bulgaria is a EU country, and the majority of our legislation is bound with the EU legislation, and of course the Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities is one of the cornerstones in this legislation. This was very well integrated in the initiatives undertaken by the Ministry of Education, as well as projects for training experts from the field of inclusive education. AAC tools and systems were provided in many places under these projects. So we have taken part in a major project since 2015 that was for inclusive education. Another strategic partner of ours is the Ministry of Social Policy. We have had discussions with them since the very beginning on how to establish some kind of system to provide people, and especially children, with AAC tools. And there have been many initiatives to support the process that unfortunately has not been completed yet, of course. Partial funding has been provided to families for obtaining AAC tools and systems. There have been many initiatives related to the EU rehabilitation funds. We had a project aiming to work with the AAC users to promote AAC systems in Bulgaria. Last but not least, one of our major partnerships is, of course, with the Bulgarian Directorate for Child Protection. We have taken part in the work of the National Council at different levels. And in the past years, we have implemented very useful activities on prevention of violence against children with disabilities. Of course, UNICEF Bulgaria has been our partner over the years, and they have provided significant support to us, and especially for this conference. We have carried out a number of trainings at the regional centers with the help of the Directorate for Inclusive Education. We also took part in several initiatives at a more international level. It actually turned out that our experience could be useful for some of the countries that are now beginning to learn and gain experience in the AAC field. The war in Ukraine, of course, was a major obstacle, but still we managed to complete some of the activities. We have worked together with an association for social activities support people with disabilities. One of our major focuses has been on inclusive education, and we have worked with the regional centers in Bulgaria. These are the centers for special educational supports, 42 in Bulgaria, that work with very serious cases. So, of course, training and qualifications are needed. We also work together with regional centers for inclusive education, which are 28 in number. They also carry out work at schools. So they have the most difficult task of introducing AAC in Bulgaria. So, and there are experts in kindergartens and school working with children with disabilities and using AAC. So what we have to offer to them are trainings carried out through the Ministry of Education. So one of our major projects was to help the children living in the centers, that are family type. So we realized that there are children in these residence centers that could not actually leave them due to severe disabilities, and that were actually neglected because of their disabilities, because people did not have the means to work with them. So our aim was to test a learning system that was developed under our project. So what you can see on this photo, the screen, is one of these centers that could not carry out any kind of learning activities with children with such disabilities. So the result of the outcome of this project was the establishment of a program with about 700 interactive activities or specialized software. So this was in the short list of the so-called Zero project. So we are very proud that our work was appreciated at such an international level. The book that was based on these 700 interactive activities covers modules on language and conceptual development, concepts and relations, and basic literacy. And it is for specialists working with people. Other highlights are our partnerships with UNICEF Bulgaria. One of these was on facilitating the inclusion of children with disabilities or developmental difficulties through AAC and other assistive technologies. We carried out a series study on the attitudes of AAC use at the regional centers for inclusive education, and we carried out intensive trainings at 6 regional centers. So within the support for the introduction of AAC, we develop guides for this introduction, which is also accessible free of charge on our websites. One of the partnerships that I mentioned with UNICEF for Central Europe and Asia was helped to translate this guide in English. As I already said, I'd like to welcome you at the 6th conference, which is in fact the 7th. This type of conferences are of extreme importance since they allow specialists working in this field to exchange experience and to learn from each other. I have marked here years in which our conference has been carried out, so you can view the different materials for different conferences. Once again, I would like to highlight the importance of the support we have received from UNICEF Bulgaria and the Ministry of Education. That have also helped disseminate information from our conference among specialists from different fields, including social workers. Of course, the support of ISAC has also been of major significance. And it includes specialists that have embraced the idea of supporting people in need of AAC means. These, of course, include UNIT and Professor von Techner and all our panelists, without whom our conference would not have been possible. One example I can give is our 2023 conference. We had 45 presentations, 1,035 actual participants from 45 countries, and we organized an important symposium on the prevention of violence against children with disabilities. Within our partnership with UNICEF for Central Europe and Asia was the translation of the guide that I mentioned. One of our achievements that we're very proud with, something we discussed at one point with Unit Hegel Corneli, who told us, why don't you establish a team for a support team that would include well qualified and trained experts. And I love the idea. So thanks to the project we were carrying out together with UNICEF Bulgaria, we managed to hold a competition among experts from regional centers into kindergartens, which resulted in us choosing 34 shortlisting 34 experts and ending up with 28 experts, part of the AAC support team. So these are the people you can contact for consultations and support in the use of AAC.
е важна за нас и с промените в наредбата на приобщаващото образование. Специалистите знаят, че тази наредба така управлява процеса на приобщаващото образование. Ние сме предлагали текстове, но
we have put forward proposals for amendments in this ordinance, and the latest amendments actually include AAC and the need for using them, as well as guaranteeing their funding.
Тук става дума и за оценка на нуждите.
It also includes the need for needs assessment and access to AAC tools. Manage the plan for prevention of violence against children with communicative difficulties, which we consider very important, since the risk for them to be exposed to violence is tenfold higher than in usual cases. Ms. Camelia Nikolova was very responsive, and she agreed that there should be dedicated parts children with communicative difficulties. And in 2023, we organized a roundtable with the participation of representatives from different institutions and ministries. Ms. Juan Borman helped us for this roundtable, and of course, we are very grateful for their support. So, what are our future goals? Of course, there are many challenges. I have focused on the positive aspects here, but it has been a big dream of us to establish an AAC hub here in Bulgaria, following the example of other countries like Italy and UK and other countries, since it is one of the ways to make AAC more accessible. Another challenge is enhancing the qualification of experts, as well as amending the legislation in order to guarantee the access to an AAC system for children with disabilities. Showing you an old document of ours from 2015. So these were our goals at the time. These are some serious challenges. Training and qualification, of course, remains one of the challenges. As you can see, the goals we had then are very similar to the ones we have now. So I would like to show you some photos over the years. This is from an event under a project that was entitled Hello, this is me. We held such events in many towns and cities in order to present AAC. You can see our participants. Ms. Angela Bencheva was with us at many of these events that shared her experience in using AAC. So you can see photos from different cities, Sofia, Burgas, Pleven, of course. These are some of the awards we have received over the years from different institutions, which of course we're proud of. One of interesting things I'd like to mention. We had the opportunity to present different technologies and which actually gave people, parents and teachers to see for themselves how these technologies are used. You can see Jenny Christopher here with Annie. These are photos from Търговище, the center that Annie attended at the time. These are photos from the first AAC conference we organized in 2018. You can see the many people that supported it at the time and that have continued to support us over the years and which have made the conference what it is. And as you can see, this autonomous Sivkovic, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Dorothy Fraser, our participants from Romania know her very well, Professor Christine Radcliffe, and Amelia. This, I think, is again from the same conference. You can see Angela, Annie, and her grandmother. So this was it very generally. Now,
participants from Bulgaria were 1,536. This maps can give you an idea about the distribution by major cities in Bulgaria, and you can see that in practice all the regions in Bulgaria had representation in the conference, which is very important. And this is a presentation of the participants in this conference. I mentioned that there were 2,811 registered participants, and you can see the participation from the different countries and continents. So we can say that we had participants from the main continents. And of course, this makes us happy. This conference is becoming more and more global. You can see the participants by country. Apart from Bulgaria, we have participants from Ukraine, 417. This makes us happy. This year, UNICEF Ukraine managed to provide interpretation, which is very important, which allows so many people to get involved, given this hard situation now. And we hope that this is something very positive. In Romania, 145 participants, and you can see Lithuania, 121, 8 Spain, pleasant surprise, 76 persons, Poland, 51, Croatia, 46, Serbia, Armenia, France, which is experiencing a serious participation this year. 23 people, Hungary, Moldova, North Macedonia, Belarus. So we have registered participants from the UAE, 23 persons, Philippines, 12 persons, China, 9, Taiwan, 6, Australia, 4, and fewer persons from other countries, but we have from North and South America, the US and Canada, and from Africa, which makes us happy, because we suppose that there is a need of knowledge and experience for working with people with communicative disorders. These are the countries shown on the screen. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.